Hello guys, welcome to Top House. Today we're going to list the top 10 most mysterious creatures found on the ocean. With an estimated 95% of the world's oceans yet to be explored, science may never have a complete catalog of the various life forms that navigate their depths. Sometimes these odd creatures come to us instead. Inclement weather, outside forces, or just plain bad luck have led to some strange sea dwellers washing ashore to confuse and sometimes terrify onlookers until they can be identified. Most recently, the fang-toothed snake eel appeared in Texas to cause a stir following Hurricane Harvey. Here are a few more examples of puzzling creatures that have recently landed in the sand. Number 10. The MONTAUK monster. In July 2008, a photo of what looked like the demon that possessed Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters made the internet rounds. The MONTAUK monster, so named because it was discovered on a beach in Montauk, New York, was a curious-looking carcass that was not immediately identifiable. The animal wasn't available for autopsy. It was carted away by a person or persons unknown. But zoologists asked by media to examine the photo were fairly certain it was a decomposing raccoon that had lost enough hair and skin to reduce its charms considerably. Later, a trio of men from nearby Shelter Island admitted to finding a dead raccoon and giving it a Viking funeral by setting it ablaze on the water. Whether that's true or not, the monster was almost certainly the same as the one partial to rooting through your trash. Number 9. The Indonesian kraken. Death and decomposition can radically alter the appearance of a species that might otherwise be easily identifiable. Such was the case with the 49-foot-long creature that popped up above the water at Seram Island in Indonesia in May 2017. The spongy, floating mass was initially mistaken for a giant squid before ocean conservationists pointed out a visible skull, jaw, and spine in some photos, making it far more likely that it was a baleen whale. Although they usually sink to the bottom after expiring, this one might have had bacterial gases keeping it afloat. Number 8. The MADBALL of Cape Town. Looking much like a Cenobite keychain, this fierce little creature was allegedly plucked from the sands of a Cape Town, South Africa resort area by a tourist. Appearing to have a body comprised mostly of a mouth, the fanged horror was photographed and sent along to the University of Cape Town's Biological Sciences Department. Their best guess? It's a Corycicus musdentex, or a calypsure, a nibbler that feeds on mussels. The corpse had dried out, disfiguring its already troubling features. Number 7. A giant eyeball. Very little news that emerges out of Florida could be considered boring. And when things wash ashore there, it's almost certainly going to capture national attention. In 2012, a perfectly intact, softball-sized eyeball was found on Pompano Beach, just about 10 miles north of Fort Lauderdale. The eerie, disembodied ocular discovery was forwarded to fish and wildlife researchers who declared it once belonged to a swordfish. It can be rare to find individual body parts ashore, so why an eye? Because it was appeared to be removed with a knife. Experts believe a fisherman cut it out and toasted it in the water. Number 6. The marine monster. Folly Beach in South Carolina was the site of an alarming discovery in 2012, when a bony-plated fish exceeding 10 feet in length was spotted on shore. The South Carolina Aquarium put speculation to rest by declaring it a sturgeon, a large bony fish with relatives dating back 350 million years, and which has been known to grow to be 500 pounds or more. Their eggs are often used for caviar, though presumably no one raided this one for a gourmet snack. Number 5. The demon dolphin of Sakhalin. Ravaged either by the sea or by some kind of enemy, or both, the rotting corpse of a mystery creature washed up on Sakhalin, an island in Russia, in 2015. Its elongated beak led to early suspicions it was a dolphin, but observers were quick to point out that dolphins don't have fur. That could have been some kind of skin deterioration, but eyewitnesses also claimed to have seen what looked like paws on the specimen. The best bet was that it was a bottlenose whale calf. Before a definitive conclusion was reached, the body washed back out to sea. Number 4. The New Zealand sea monster. Roughly 30 feet long, with pointed teeth and a gaping maw, this creature found on New Zealand's Bay of Plenty looked quite a bit like the logo from Jurassic Park. It was so battered that speculation ran from an alligator to a moray eel. Marine biologist Anton van Helden went on record saying it was likely a killer whale due to its distinctive tail. Orcas can be found in New Zealand. Number 3. The Rock Ness monster. Hollingworth Lake near Littleborough, England sounds like the perfect setting for wonderful childhood memories of boating, fishing, and making lifetime bonds. Unfortunately, it was also briefly a contributor of nightmares, when a 5-foot-long, fanged creature washed up there in 2015. Likely a pike, residents said they had no idea anything so large lived in the water. Some even called it something prehistoric. Number 2. A mysterious crocodile-like creature. A mysterious crocodile-like creature found washed up on a Welsh beach has left experts baffled. The 5-foot-long carcass found on Rosslea Beach, Swansea, has a long head, giant jawline, and slender tail. Beth Janita, 41, who discovered the monster while walking her dogs, sent a photo of the creature to experts, hoping they would identify it. But experts are not sure if it is a type of whale, dolphin, or porpoise. Beth said, "It looked like a well-roted cetacean to me. Other people think it is something different, like a crocodile. It would be very interesting to find out what species it is." Bioscience expert Dr. Dan Foreman from Swansea University said, "When you look at it the first time you may think it's a crocodile, but it is certainly not. There is a big bulge on the base of the skull which is characteristic of a cetacean." He added, "We got a reasonable amount of whales and dolphins, a lot which are dead and decomposed in places like Pendeen and Rosslea. From the data around carcasses washed up, there seems to be a cluster this time of year around June and July." Mark Hipkin, National Trust Area Ranger, who was called to collect the body, said he thought it was a porpoise. He said, "We have porpoises washing up quite regularly." Number 1. A huge foul-smelling creature. A huge foul-smelling creature that washed up on a beach has left locals terrified that it could spell impending doom. The beast was found at about 7 p.m. on May 11th, with villages in the Philippines fearing the so-called globster could be a semi-mythological sea creature that washes up on the beaches shortly before natural disasters. Villagers flocked to see the 20-foot-long carcass, posing for selfies on Oriental Mindoro province. Marine workers later arrived to take samples of the unidentified creature, which officials believe is some sort of a whale. But some locals are convinced the beast is an ominous sign of an impending disaster. Resident Tam Ling said, "An earthquake is heading for Oriental Mindoro. The big lobster is a sign of something bad coming. Please pray for us." Neighboring residents gathered around the creepy corpse lying in shallow water on the beach in the town of San Antonio for a closer look. It is about 4 feet wide at one end and about 2 feet wide at the other with a grayish-white color. A similar globster appeared in Dinagat Islands, the Philippines in February 2017, baffling officials. Government workers from the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources in the Mimapura region were to dispose of the creature Tuesday. Fishery Law Enforcement Officer Vox Cruzada said, "Today we just gathered samples of it for further analysis. For now we can say it's a whale, but the exact species is still unknown. The tissue samples are now sent to our lab for DNA analysis. The local government of Gloria will now bury the carcass. And damn, it smells awful. It smells like something from another planet." I really experienced the full power of its smell because I'm the one who took the tissue samples. I almost puked. I felt better after taking a bath, but the stench still lingers in my nose. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn your notifications on. Also comment what you think about these creatures. Which one of these creatures you think is the most terrifying one?